And hello and welcome to Crossword Wordcast.
Hi.
How are you guys? How are you guys?
So good. So good.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
Oh yeah, it's been too long. It's been it's been a minute. Our loyal listeners, viewers, streamers. We owe you an apology. I owe you an apology. I haven't been even releasing our streams to the pod all the time because it's just been such a crazy summer, and we didn't get full clean recordings on all of them. So if you've been tuning into the live stream, you've seen us. If you're one of our dedicated podcast listeners, you've gotten the short end of that stick. But no longer, because we're committed to a new format that's basically the same. We'll just do it every other week instead of every week, or the first and third Thursdays of the month.
Yeah.
Today's the first Thursday of September 2nd, 2021.
Can you believe it's September?
I know. Summer's over.
Is it?
Summer's ending soon.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Summer's ending. We're in the end of summer. The doggy days of summer.
Dog days of summer.
Yeah. So yeah, this is Crossword Wordcast. It's a crossword puzzle podcast. I'm Daniel.
I'm Lindsay.
I'm David.
And on the boards, we got producer Sam. And if you're watching us on YouTube, sweet, leave us some comments. Don't look anything up on Google.
No googs.
No googs. And if you're listening to the podcast, look all the things up you want. So, today we're going to solve the puzzle, not this Wednesday, July 28th. Do we have any, before we go into today's puzzle, any things to catch up on? Maybe some return-in reports?
R&Rs?
Yeah. You guys have anything?
Yeah, you do?
I do have a return-in report.
Oh, let's hear your return report. This is where we come and we talk to each other about and report back on things that we've seen based on recommendations we've heard in the art section segment.
Which comes at the end.
Right.
I am here to report that I am all the way caught up with the Fast and Furious franchise.
Oh my.
I'm officially a member of the family.
Yeah. And?
Family is everything.
Yeah. Family's everything. What else does he say about family? Like, I don't got friends. I got family.
And
Listen,
you also live your life a quarter mile at a time.
Yeah, I do. It feels that way sometimes, honestly. Yeah. Quick, fast, furious. Maybe that's why I liked it all so much, is I feel like my life is pretty fast and furious as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, ever since you put that nice muffler and intake on your Mitsubishi import.
First and foremost.
Yeah.
No. As a younger person, before I understood my mortality, I did enjoy driving a little bit faster, but nowadays I take things carefully. But I just want to say this. I know every time that I used to see like a trailer for Fast and the Furious, I hadn't watched the movies except for the first and second one. So, there was a gap between me seeing those couple of movies and then, me saying after you had said you're watching all of them that I was going to do it.
Yeah.
And what I want to say is every time I'd see a trailer, I'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe that they're still making these. This is so silly. Like, what else do they have to race their cars about? It's dumb.
Yeah.
I loved it. It was just, it's funny. I found it to be campy in certain ways. What I mean? Like,
to clarify, when you're saying it, you mean
the series as a whole.
The franchise.
Yeah, the franchise as a whole. Yeah.
Okay.
I was invested, and you get invested in the characters. Han, justice for Han. I'm not going to spoil it for anyone, but oh my gosh, it was good. I mean, I think I told you guys, I don't know if I said it on air, but like there was a Fast and the Furious movie where I cried at the end, it got me, right? Like, it hooked me. So enter at your own risk, but do so knowing that you're going to laugh, you might cry. Yeah. And it's like a lighthearted piece of enjoyment, which I feel like the world absolutely needs. Oftentimes people need those types of things. So thank you for inspiring me to take the plunge.
The movies indeed. Yeah.
That's a Sean Connery quote.
No, that's Vin Diesel ism from if you've been, I don't know if you've been, maybe not been back to the theater, if they just maybe don't play it at every theater, but there are these little pre-trailer promos thing that they've been doing in the last few months that Fast and the Furious has been out, and it's Vin Diesel in a movie theater, just like, thank you everybody for watching the movies. It's been a long, when it starts out is like, it's been a while. And then they did an SNL sketch on it that parodied the whole movies thing. And so in that one, the Vin Diesel character is naming off all of the things that we've missed about the movies. And it's like, the heavy doors, the sticky floors, the hot dogs. Anyway, so the movies. Mm-hmm.
I've absolutely missed the heavy doors and sticky floors. So
yeah. David, what's your Fast Furious exposure like?
I've seen most of them. Well, I guess I should say, starting out originally, I think the Fast and the Furious movie came out when I was working at a movie theater. Mm-hmm. That was a memorable time of my life, and
I really theater.
And I loved those heavy doors and the sticky floors.
Yeah.
And back then, I remember, I might have mentioned this on the podcast before, but I remember that we had to call the police to the parking lot because people were revving and racing in the parking lot after seeing the Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
And so that was the beginning of it all, and I've seen a lot of them, almost all of them up through a few ago, and then I kind of ran out. I didn't see the most recent two. I think the one where they fly a car from one building to another. I didn't see.
So great.
Yeah.
And
the seven, but you did see Paul Walker's and Vin Diesel's cars split lanes and drive off.
Don't make me cry again.
Different directions, splitting apart.
And I missed some of that. I think I missed the whole Han drama. For me,
yeah.
Did you not see Tokyo Drift?
I saw it after the fact, and then I felt detached from all the intensity that people had feelings for it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
good stuff. Well, I have a return and report.
What is it?
And I'll try to make it fast, but I have a lot of thoughts about what's it called? That Paramount show with Kevin Costner?
Yellowstone. You watched Yellowstone?
I watched all of Yellowstone.
Oh my goodness.
Hell yes.
And I loved it.
Oh. Have you stumbled across Rip Talk?
Rip Talk. No, what's Rip Talk?
It's the Rip section of TikTok.
Okay.
Celebrating the character Rip.
Right. Cole Hauser.
Played by Cole Hauser.
Cole Hauser. It took me a whole episode to be like, who the heck is this guy? I didn't want to look it up. I'm like, he looks so familiar, but he looks so different than he looked in, say, Fast 2.
Oh, he's in
we
the
were
Fast and the
watching,
Furious
I swear to you, we were watching Fast 2. My husband and I watching it, sitting there, and I'm like, who is this guy? He looks so familiar. And so I just looked up Fast 2 on IMDb, and I was like, holy shit. I paused it. I was like, so do you know who this is?
Your first Cole Hauser experience was as Rip in Yellowstone. Yeah. Where he looks very different. He's got dark beard and dark hair, and he's bulky.
He is
a lot of
husky.
mass. He's a husky man. He's a
I
tall,
thought you were going to say he's a lot of man.
he's a lot of mass.
So you loved Yellowstone without reservation?
I did. No.
Oh.
There is a reservation
Just
in
checking.
show, and
Which is?
well, no, I mean there's a reservation in the show.
Oh, yeah, there is. Yeah.
But I would say because the story still, it's like they are telling different stories, and it's the same kind of critique I think of that other Western movie, Wind River, that was created and directed by Taylor Sheridan, who created this show, who's written a lot of great scripts and been a part of cool movies, and he does a great job with Yellowstone. But like Wind River, the characters that get to succeed, or I mean, it's not that their lives aren't fucked up. They are everyone's life in that show is just a mess, but you know, they're still you know, like our character who we get to see sort of representing certain characteristics of like Native American life. The first, you know, is the son who is married to, and I'm, you know, forgetting names at the moment, but the youngest son, and he's married to a woman who is from the reservation there, and they live on the reservation. And so the first kind of introduction to him is like he is sort of this, like, he's the man among the natives, you know. He's Kevin Costner in Dances with Wolves in a way. He's not, you know, it's a very different type of story, but he's embodying like some of these you know, tropes or just ideas about you know, maybe spirituality or just like outlook or whatever. So there's problems with the series, and yet, like, I was sustained by the fact that they do address the questions of appropriation. They do bring, you know, to the fore, like the exhaustion of, like, you know, like his wife teaches you know, college students and teaches them about Native studies, and they, you know, are you know, sometimes thoughtful and sometimes entitled, you know, mainly white faces in college, you know, studying that. And so she is, you do get to see her perspective of how unaware people are of all these issues that Native populations face. So anyway, complicated feelings, but overall I couldn't stop watching it. It was a binge, to be sure.
Well, there's more where that's come from. I think Yellowstone's still going on, and then they just announced a new show, like the mayor of something with Jeremy Renner, and it's a new Taylor Sheridan show on Paramount Network.
So maybe it is coming to a close if he's moving on to another one, or he just wants to be.
I think he's expanding. Busy. He's doing like a.
It's not like in the universe of.
No, isn't he doing a show that's in the universe, and it's it's Kevin Costner's character as like a young person and his relationship with the wife and all that.
Oh yeah, like a
period,
like
more period piece.
Yeah.
A spin-off that's
spin-off that's
a
a
back in the
prequel.
day, yeah.
And and it's so funny. It threw me off when I watched that first episode, or the first episode where you see the guy playing the young Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
It's that actor
Jason. What's his name?
Him and early Cole Hauser.
Josh Lucas. Josh
Lucas.
Yes.
There's a thing that's similar about them, you know, a quality to their, like, maybe it's just they're sort of like a little, they're like a little oily, you know, kind of character actors. I think Rip's character is much more. It's the most interesting character I've ever seen him play, for sure. But anyway, all right. Enough about that, because we've our allotted time for R&R.
Wait, David, did you have one?
I was trying to. I did start watching. I finished watching The White Lotus, and I think you guys talked about White Lotus like a few episodes ago. Is that right?
Maybe
I did when I was like a few episodes into it, but
so I finished that, and so that's a return report. I'm happy with that. I liked that much better than Yellowstone. I thought the female characters existed in a realistic and like had depth, you know. I liked the White. Thanks for recommending that. The White Lotus. Mike White. He's a great show.
The music,
he's a great creator.
The music on that show is so like
anxious making.
Yeah. It's like
it's a panic attack.
Yeah.
Music form.
But
just thinking about it makes.
But
me
it's also there's something about the anxiety that is being delivered in these sort of like, they're all very like pleasant sounds and instruments on their own. It's just like, you know, these kind of like acoustic little like beautiful little instruments and voices doing kind of beautiful. It's not like all of this. It's not like some like minor key with like screeching, you know,
not the Rite of
that kind
Spring.
of tension. But there's like a tinged, unhinged quality to it, and my wife identifies that also as being like not the music itself, but that's kind of what the show's doing with Hawaii, where it's like it's so beautiful, and yet there's this like just like this layer of just like everything's like everyone's like a little bit anxious in the place. That's what Stacy has described to me before about living on the island, because she lived there for like 4 years.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah,
I thought, great show, interesting themes, and the performances I thought were really good. I just liked, I liked following it, and I'm glad that there's going to be more of it.
Fantastic. Why Lotus? I'm about 4 eps in.
Aha.
5 eps in. So shall we do a buzz by? Quick buzz by, our buzz by? Fly by, buzz by?
Yeah. What you got there?
I got my favorite peanut butter whiskey from Screwball. Peanut butter and whiskey. What you got, David?
I've got from Templin Family Brewing here in Salt Lake City. I've got a Mexican style lager.
Yum. Mm-hmm.
It's a small batch that they've made. A coworker recently turned me on to them, and I've been enjoying their range of offerings. I like that. TF Brewing.
Templin Family.
Mm-hmm.
Lindsay, you putting anything in your?
Mother Nature small batch of water today for me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, nice.
Mm-hmm.
I like that small batch water.
You know,
Get it while
eventually it really will be
lasts.
small batch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Um, So let's maybe do a crossword puzzle.
Let's do it.
Okay, it's been a minute. We're gonna give ourselves 60 minutes. I bet we can do this one even faster, and then we'll have plenty of time for our art sections that we have all brought.
Oh yeah.
Yep. All right. Thursday, September 2nd, by David W. Tufts. That's a nice Tufts. It's a nice last name. And let's do it. Okay, so this is a bigger
Yeah,
puzzle
it looks big.
than usual. It's 16 across.
Oh.
Uh,
Yeah. The other day we had a smaller one randomly, and this one is bigger.
I haven't been doing the New York Times in a while, but yeah, so it's 16 across, 16 down, and it's got circles at the beginning and end of several of the long answers. So perhaps the theme to be found there. Shall we jump in and see if we can deduce it?
Let's jump in. Or you mean you want to go to the ones with circles? Yeah. So yeah, this one, 18 across, has circles. It's 9 letters long, and the beginning and end have a circle.
All the circles are on words that are like 9 or 10 across, and they all have the circles at the beginning and the end.
And then at the end, 60 across, it doesn't have any circles, but it probably is a connecting.
Maybe a key. Let's go there. Haha, David. It highlighted all of the other answers with the circles.
I like it when it does that for us.
And the clue?
On and on. Or how to read 18, 27, 37, and 51 across to understand this puzzle's theme.
Theme?
Theme?
Yeah, it does end with a question mark. So added level of funness there. On and on.
Yeah. Well, should we look at 18? Should we see the clues to 18 across, 27 across, 37 across, and 51 across? See what they look like?
Yeah. 18 across is 9 letters. And the clue is?
That clue is Fencer's Cry. And that's on guard, right?
Yeah, but that doesn't
on and on.
On guard. Okay, so like, doesn't that like
fit?
ENGARDE or something like that?
Yeah. I have a feeling it's going to be one of these things, you know.
Maybe it's on guard inside the circles and then something else out there.
On and on. On and on.
On and on?
Okay, well, maybe perhaps there. What if we try to get some of the crosses on this, or do you want to jump to the other ones and see if they all have on kind of?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
27 across is 9 letters as well.
And that clue is style of diamond with a flat base. Ugh.
Don't know that. Don't know from diamonds or flat bases. 37 across is 10 letters.
Spot for a dinner plate.
On the table. Which fits. But, okay. For 51 across is 9 letters.
Roadside restaurant sign. Could be...
Eat at Joe's.
Well, I want to say like on tap or on the grill or something.
All right. Well, it seems like on might be in there somewhere. Why don't we just jump up to one down and see if that on guard is, if there's anything to that. Three letter answer, one down.
That clue is wood shaping tool.
An awl?
All? AWL.
Okay, so that throws a wrench slightly in starting 18 across.
Maybe the phrase is different. I don't know.
Maybe.
So let's work from 1 across now with that A followed by 4 blanks.
Okay.
Of a VAT. Excuse me. Part of VAT. VAT all capitalized with periods.
That's a tax, right?
Yeah.
It's a value added tax.
Added. Nice.
Cute.
15 across. W blank 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 blank.
Aerial view producer.
Provider.
Oh, provider. Sorry.
Aerial view provider. Like an air balloon. Aerial view. A drone. Oh, an ads.
Ads. ADZ.
Yes. Okay, so Z. Fencer's Cry. On guard. Zorro.
Yeah, Zorro, something.
The fencer. 2 down then, per chance.
DR followed by 5 blanks.
Yeah.
That clue is pigs will sooner fly. Dream on.
Dream on. And there's an on.
On guard.
Guard. Okay, well then let's true clue it up real quickie. Like for 5 down.
Oh, DE blank?
DE blank.
Do you want to describe the true clue game?
Well, the true clue game is when there's only one letter missing from an answer. We take turns guessing what that final letter could be, come up with the answer in our heads, and then give each other a clue. to get each other to guess that answer. And you get a point if you guess the correct answer of the guesser, and if your point is, let's see, if your letter is the correct letter, you get a point, and if it's the correct meaning, you get another point. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You got all the
And
points
at the
right.
end,
I
you
think,
take
yeah.
the points and you put them in a box and you mail them to Drew Carey. And,
I think you should get a point just for the way you described all that. That was really good. So we have a DE blank, and we're going to design some clues that might fill out that answer.
Yeah.
Place where bears spend the winter.
Den.
Nice.
Okay, so it could be that. It could be
A new girl at the dance.
Deb.
Yeah.
nice. Could be that.
Debbie Pont.
It could be what Hank's organization in Breaking Bad.
DEA.
Oh.
Yeah. David started saying it first, but I think you got to the end first. So that's you guys can split that point, I guess.
We'll split it.
The true clue then for 5 down DE blank is org with strict schedules.
That's a DEA if I've ever heard
Yeah.
of
Schedule
strict
one drugs.
schedules.
Nice.
Mhm.
Great
Okay,
work.
cool. Well, then 18 across, could it be like zebra? What's going on here? Fencer's cry. No.
Yeah.
How about the 3 down then?
Yeah. DO followed by 5 blanks.
Okay, that clue is Rumble in the Jungle promoter. And I believe that is boxing promoter Don. Is it Don King?
That sounds right.
That sounds right.
All I could see in my head is his hair.
Yeah, big hair. So that leaves us a true clue option down for 32 across, blank NG. And that could be Hulk director, familiarly.
Eng.
Yeah.
If people call him by his first name.
Yeah, Aang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gerund suffix.
Ing.
I don't know. I'm stuck on this one.
Well, the true clue then, here it comes. K through 12 subject. Oh, that's
Ing.
English. Okay,
Good stuff.
where to? Lindsay?
Should we do 4 down and see?
I think we should.
Ian blank. Oh, Ian, there's an on. Kind of. Ian blank 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 blank.
The clue is get involved.
Enroll.
Engage.
Oh, engage.
Enroll.
Engage.
But who knows if the G works there.
Yeah, I think engage. I think because AKA
Then
is
this could be, if this is engage, then this can be on
guard. Yeah.
And then the
Zen garden.
Zen garden?
Yeah.
Garden. Okay, so the ZN, or how does that work? So on and on. Okay, so Zen, so on guard. If you put an on and on, you get on garden. Like there's an on at the end and an on at the beginning.
I don't know. I think it's just on guard is in there in the inside, and then they'll let the circles make it something else, and maybe there's going to be a trend that we'll notice. I don't think that the EN at the end of garden is supposed to.
It doesn't matter. It could have been
I don't
anything
think that,
else. Pretend.
And without even meaning to, we solved 21 across with AKA there.
Oh, man, AKA, that could be a modifier on a rap sheet or something like that.
Could be that. Yep. Should we see what the true clue is there?
The true clue is link between 2 names.
Oh,
yeah,
good.
Okay. 25 across, blank
Yeah.
MIG, blank blank.
Wishy-washy RSVP.
I might.
Oh.
Yeah, that is wishy-washy.
Yeah. Okay, true clue, 25 down, I blank E.
Wait, sorry, 25. Wait.
25 down.
Yeah, 25 down, I blank E. So I could say, abbreviation for contemporary vehicle powertrains.
I don't know that, David. I don't know enough about
ICE,
powertrains.
internal combustion engines.
Oh, okay. Ice.
Who
Terrific.
knew?
Who knew? It could be anger.
Ire.
Yeah.
What one wants when they say on the rocks?
Ice.
Nice.
Okay, but the truest cluest is contents on a certain shelf. Excuse me, contents of a certain shelf.
That's ice, right?
Ice shelf.
Oh, like the ice shelf.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah. So 29 across is another true clue, although that's kind of...
We don't know if it's right, though. Totally, right? We could do that 19 down as a true clue opportunity, R blank T.
Yeah, let's do that. I smell a blank.
Rat.
Nice. Place to get stuck.
A rut. What food does after so long?
Rot.
Yeah.
All right, well, the true clue is snitch.
Ooh, I smell a
Rat.
snitch.
That's a point. I'll take it. Okay, well, why don't we 6 down? Blank, blank, D blank.
Yeah.
Parents and grandparents.
Grandparents.
In slang
In
with
slang with the parents and grandparents, the olds.
The olds. Do people do that? Do people say that?
I've never heard that.
People say that. That's because you guys are the olds.
Oh, yeah. If you don't know it, you're the olds.
Let's confirm. I could be totally making that up. But
okay, 6 across. O blank blank.
Yeah. Curious. Odd.
Odd.
Okay, odd. 13 to 16 across. L blank blank.
I was stuck in traffic, maybe.
Lie.
A lie.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. That's nice. It's a nice lie. I've used that lie.
Oh.
Well, you know. Hey. 7 down. DIE followed by 5 blanks.
That clue is slimming aid. Diet.
Pill.
Diet pill.
Yeah.
Okay.
8 down. DEN blank blank blank.
Co-star of 2019's Joker.
That's De Niro.
Yeah.
Robert
himself.
Well, so now, 22 across. ASTI blank. He Samwise of the Lord of the Rings.
Aston.
I was gonna say all mixed up.
A stir.
I don't know if that's even a real word.
Sure is. David, you appear to be frozen. Maybe turn off your video and turn it back on.
Oh.
No, I like it. Leave it.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah,
That's just the way I'm ventriloquizing through that
so
frozen
good.
pose.
Great. All right. The true clue then. Anyone else? An ASTI?
No.
Okay. The true clue is Sean of Stranger
You're
Things.
right. Sean
Great
Astin.
work.
That's 2 points. Okay. So 23 down. N blank blank.
Prefix with binary.
Non-binary.
Indeed. 30 across. Blank IO N blank.
30 across. Apple on Apple Music.
Funny.
Fiona.
Ah.
Yeah.
The
that's
great
good.
Fiona Apple.
Yeah. Great. Wonderful. 30 down. F blank blank.
Keyring item. Fob.
Yeah, Bob. That might be a fun one to look up.
Yeah, we should. I'm
Fob.
very curious where
Yes.
that came from.
That is a curious word.
Drop it in the comments or something. 33 across. Blank blank OL.
Like someone receiving baseless accusations, maybe.
Maybe.
Oh, AWOL.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
you're off the base. Yeah.
That's fun.
Okay. So
Should
let's
we do
just
26 down for fun?
Yeah,
H
yeah.
blank A blank blank.
That clue.
Hilton alternative.
Yeah. Hyatt.
Nice. Hiya.
Hyatt.
So Coney, it must have been the island. 29 across. CONEY.
The clue was blank dog on that one. We
Coney
didn't look
dog?
at it, but yeah, Coney dog. Like Coney Island.
Oh, like a Coney dog. Yeah, like a Coney
and
hot
they,
dog.
they have the competition where you have to eat a lot of hot dogs.
Oh, yeah. That's fun. 37 across. Blank T, blank BL, blank, 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 blank. And it's the circles at the beginning and the end. So maybe our word spot for dinner plate looks like it probably is tabletop.
Tabletop. Stable.
Stable tops. No, it doesn't have to be the same at the beginning. Stable.
Stab. Letaupe.
Stable. Could that be right? Could it not
That's
be tabletop? Could it be place spot for a dinner plate? Table setting, table mat, table.
Well, let's table that and do
Okay,
34
yeah,
down
let's
and work
table it,
around
fair
it.
enough,
WA blank 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 for 34 down.
Throw it away. Waste.
Throw it away.
40 across. Blank blank TS.
40 across. Takes down in parentheses. Takes down is in parentheses. So
Takes down.
Cuts down.
Cuts down. Could work.
Could it be cuts?
Yeah. Cuts down.
when you take something, maybe you cut it down.
You cut down a tree, you take down a tree, you cut down your
Yeah.
opponent, take down your opponent.
Okay. What about 37 down? Should we do that? See, make sure the S is right. So we have SU followed by 6 blanks.
That clue is spreadsheet command. And could that be subtract?
Subtract. Could D indeed.
Sometimes I do that with my spreadsheets.
Yeah. Just like drop a number here. Okay, 45 across. Blank blank B.
That clue is Gen blank.
Gen Z. Gen Xer. Gen.
I don't know.
I don't know either. How about let's try 51 across since we've been having some success.
Yeah, blank,
maybe
blank,
with
blank,
it.
T, blank, E, blank, blank, blank with the circles on the end. This is connected to the theme.
Roadside restaurant sign. So maybe it's eat
Eat here.
here.
Eat here. Yes.
And so
Weathered.
Maybe. All right. Well, it's 51 down. W perchance. Blank, 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 blank.
Be a kvetch. Kvetch.
What is a kvetch? That's Yiddish?
Yeah, it's a Yiddish word. I don't know how
Is it someone who
to explain
complains or?
I think so.
it. Wine.
Whiner.
I
No, the
but
verb.
it's
So you have to say
be
like
a
wine.
kvetch.
WHINE.
Excuse. Yes, there you go. Wine. I like it. 54 across. H blank blank R blank.
Giant on both the Nikkei and NYSE indexes.
I think that's Nikkei.
Nikkei. What do I know?
Well, it's a company then that's a giant. Something. Merck? I don't know. What else? Where should we go?
Let's do 40 down. So we have 2 letters there. C blank A followed by 4 blanks.
First name on Star Trek: The Next Generation. Well, you got your Jean-Luc, which
You do have
this
Jean-Luc.
could be if Cuts is wrong. Juts
Takes
down.
Juts down.
No.
Jots down. It's jots down.
Takes down. Jots
so
down.
it's probably not subtract.
And it might not be weathered.
Oh man.
And it might not be wine at this point, really.
Well, let's just see about Jean-Luc.
Jean-Luc. Oh, that's a great first name.
Okay.
Great.
So 54 was the giant. So now it's maybe H blank N blank blank.
Okay.
Big company. How about one of these then? 58 across. I blank L blank blank blank.
Alice in Wonderland. Cry.
What does she cry? Help.
Oh, I'm late. The
I'm
rabbit
late.
says that.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
late. Perfect.
But it's not Alice.
No,
in
it's not.
Wonderland.
It's the rabbit.
I was
The
only
rabbit.
thinking of Alice at first. Okay. So Weathered's looking okay. 63 across and blank U blank blank blank.
Fix in a way. Neuter.
Yep. For Sam, we're seeing the wrong image. We're seeing your image in the live stream. Somebody maybe message him.
Okay, I can message him.
Okay, cool. Fix in a way. Neuter. Okay, 66 across. E blank C blank blank blank.
Completely cover.
Case.
Yeah.
Oh, and we
nice.
just had a 59 down filled in. ERE.
That
to
clue
be-
is lead in too long.
Right, ere long. Okay, true clue for 52 down. H blank T E S.
Ooh.
Loathes.
Hates.
Yeah. What else?
I can't think of much.
Well, the true clue gives 0 stars. Say
Hates.
that's hates indeed.
Should we revisit 37 down, the
Well, I
spreadsheet command?
I think this is Honda on the Nikkei.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Honda,
yeah,
of
yeah.
course.
Yeah.
Oh, and now we've got 37 down. Very easy.
SO blank blank DATA spreadsheet command.
Sort data.
Yeah.
That's another character from Star Trek Next
Yeah.
Generation.
Yeah, that's what I tell him when I hand him a thing of my laundry.
Sort
Yeah.
data.
All right. Well, 45 across blank ER. Did we already look at that, or is this our?
Oh, I have.
Conclusion.
We
I
did.
don't. Did we look at it?
Yeah, we looked at it. We didn't have the right letters in there though when we looked at it, but we did look
Oh
at it.
yeah, it's Gen Zer. I bet. Oop, maybe
Or
Xer.
Xer
Gen X. Excuse
or
me.
Wire.
Well,
Well-
what's 45 down?
Blank EOMEN. Yeah, David. I think you got
Oh,
Yeoman.
It's
probably.
Yeoman.
Yeoman.
it. Buckingham,
Buckingham Palace figures.
So
Oh,
yeah,
those
we're
are called
thinking-
yeoman?
Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe
yeoman.
Let's look that up too.
I thought they were beef eaters. I thought everybody was a beef eater.
Yeah.
No, not all of them are beef eaters.
Okay.
Some of them are vegetarians even. So 47 down and blank R blank.
Expert.
Pro.
Pro.
But then 46 across is weird now.
TP blank blank blank.
Yeah. Rapper
Um,
featured on Flow Rida's Low.
Oh, T-Pain.
Ah, that's
And is
gotta be
that spelled
T-Pain.
P-A-I-N?
Yes, it is.
Good that somebody knows that.
Yeah. So
Should we do 48 down? A-E blank 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 blank.
yes.
That clue is Trojan War hero.
It's raining. Oh, I was like, what?
It's raining so hard where I am right now.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I don't have to water the lawn.
Thunder,
today.
lightning,
Oh, now I gotta
rain.
tell my wife to bring the table inside. Okay, you guys continue on. I'll be right back.
So, well,
I don't know
we
any
won't be able to
Trojan
put
War
any
heroes.
answers in because Danielle is the answer putter inner. But do you want to, and we can't modify what clues we can see. So should we just work with what we have?
Sure. So, did we
Do you
get
know the answer to
41
48
across?
down? A-E blank blank blank
No,
blank
I
Trojan
haven't.
War hero? I
I'm
think it might
not
be
sure.
Aeneas, A-E-N-I-A-S, but maybe not. And we would maybe confirm that by looking at 55 across, or look at 38 down. Maybe let's do 38 down. We have E blank ID blank 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 blank.
All
that
right.
clue is
Go.
Prince, perhaps.
That's Prince, like a print, like a printer.
Not,
like
you know,
Purple Rain.
Prince.
Right.
Not Purple Rain. Not Charles.
Oh, it's raining. Oh, and my wife had already brought in the table. She's so good.
She's a smarty.
Prince, perhaps. Emid. Egid. That's weird.
Okay, don't know.
Right?
Maybe we could do 55 across, or 39 down, or 20.
Oh, wait. Did you guys not do 48 down? The
Is
Trojan
it
War?
Aeneas?
We don't know it.
Yeah, Aeneas.
Okay. Good thing you know how to spell that.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Now
Thank you.
55 across. Let's do 55 ON blank blank blank.
That clue is NBA great with a doctorate in education.
Could that be O'Neal? Shaquille O'Neal?
Do you get a doctorate in education?
I wouldn't put
That's
it past him. He's a great man. And I think
like
it might be
the,
spelled ONEAL.
Hailing right now where I am.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, it's 38 down. Did you? We just saw that. That's the Prince, perhaps. How about 64 across? A blank blank. Ooh, there's
That clue
another
is expert.
Expert again.
Ace.
Ace.
67 across. S blank blank.
Ottawa NHLer to fan.
What are the
Ottawa.
The Ottawa Blanks. The
Ottawa SEs Saints?
What about 56 down? A blank E blank.
Mideast locale of Sierra Fortress.
I think that's Aden.
Okay. I don't know anything about that.
Oh, this clue is made for David right here. Let's just do 61 down.
Okay. Blank blank blank.
All three blanks.
Rafael.
Oh no, please. He's not Brazilian.
Okay, Rafael Nadal's home country in the Olympics.
Oh dear. Okay, a little respect to the GOAT from the tennis world, Daniel.
Is he the GOAT?
Just tell us what it is.
He's from Spain, so it'd be ESP.
Oh, okay. I truly
España.
didn't know. This is how little
I had no idea.
That's devastating.
I'm glad you're here.
That you wouldn't know that.
I'm sorry.
That's why we
David.
need you to educate us.
Yeah, you're our tennis
Of course,
man.
he's from the island of Mallorca, born.
You're our tennis
born
ace.
and raised.
You like what I did there?
Oh, thank you. That was nice. Yeah, and he's unfortunately the U.S. Open is happening right now, and he's not participating. He's
shame.
out because of a foot injury on his left foot, and we're all hoping the very best for his recovery.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all
Godspeed.
hoping for his recovery. Yeah. Okay, well, there you go. Rafael Nadal. How about
I've got a sense of what 38 down is now that we've filled in some things.
Print
E blank
clubs.
IDE blank C blank, and the clue was prints, perhaps. And I'm thinking fingerprints from a crime.
Mm-hmm.
That's evidence.
David.
Nice.
Well, so 67 across, Ottawa NHLer to fans. Oh, the Senators, maybe?
Maybe.
That could be.
Okay. Well,
60 across?
yeah, the clue to clue them all.
Oh, wow.
On and on.
D blank E blank 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 blank.
Endlessly.
Endlessly. So on and on, endlessly, on and on.
So yeah, the clues, the answers from the puzzle don't have any ends. You're removing the ends, so they're endless. You have to solve them endlessly to get the inside answer.
I see.
Oh, that's
Take the
fun.
ends away. Yeah. Very
That's very
nice.
fun. I like that.
Yeah. Okay. And then it just happens to also give us a fun little, thing.
And we can play the true clue game with 53 down. Blank LL.
Oh.
Unwell.
Ill.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say that's good. I was gonna say Beastie Boys album.
I
Blank
was going to say
Communication.
license to... Yay. Very well then.
Ill.
We all like that ill option. What else?
we can make a new rule to the True Clue game that you can clue the same letter as someone before you if you're going for a different meaning. But if neither of you are right and it's a different meaning altogether, then the first person who clued that letter gets the point. But if you are right about the meaning as the second person, then you steal that point. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Not really.
totally.
Okay. Cool.
It made perfect sense, David.
Yeah. So in this case, if David's right and it is the Beastie Boys clue, then he gets the point for the right letter and a point for the right meaning.
Well, but then if Lindsay's right and she got the other BC Boys clue, then she gets that point.
What was yours? Oh, you
License
you
to
did
ill
communication.
Yeah,
She did
ill
license to ill.
communication.
Yeah. So if it's a Beastie Boys clue, and but it's neither.
Come on, Beastie
Let's
Boys.
go.
Here we go. 53 down. Blank ears.
Oh, none of
Come
us.
on, guys.
Ill ears.
Ill ears. Okay. You got to message Sam again. Our people are screwed up in the live stream again. Our heads are split. Are like fragmented.
I like
Okay.
myself that way.
Yeah,
Leave
it
me
feels
that
good.
way.
It feels good to be fragmented. It's just that. We're so
How I'm vibing right now.
mhm.
I'm just kidding.
Cool.
Where are we going now?
65
across?
65. How about 62 down? Why
Okay.
blank blank?
Oh, fun. Designer initials, and that is YSL.
Yves Saint Laurent.
Yup.
On and on. 65 across, like you suggested.
That
S-
clue,
Blank.
Oh, yes.
Blank. Blank S.
spouts.
Spouts. Like a spout, like a noun, could be like a sink. Spouts. Or spouts like a,
Like a verb.
yeah. Spouts like a verb.
Mm.
Spills. Spouts. Spouting. Like being
Who knows?
pedantic. Spouting. Like
Yeah, like
spouting
spouting knowledge.
propaganda.
Yeah. What about 68 across? Blank blank. P blank 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 L.
That clue is discussion group. Panel.
Noish. All right. 50 down. Blank,
Yeah.
blank, blank, S, blank, A.
Where lab coats get cleaned. Dog spa.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Different kind of lab. Yeah.
Indeed. Yeah, lucky dog.
So cute.
Okay. 53 across. A, blank, O, blank, blank, blank.
Roger on the high seas.
Jolly Roger.
Was that thunder?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
Wow.
I felt it rumble my feet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Roger on the high seas.
Roger Averill.
You know what I wonder if the word, because would it be II, like Roger that?
Oh,
Oh,
could it be pet
yeah.
like pet spa?
Pet spa.
Good correction there, Lindsay.
Yeah, we don't want to limit ourselves to just dogs.
Dog
At
spa.
our spa. Not
So
at our
what?
spa.
42 down. Blank blank A blank S blank N.
Harold, who sought the Republican presidential nomination 9 times over 48 years.
You'd think we would know that 9 times.
Probably
Well-
like a sen or a son.
Well, actually, I do think I know what 65 across is now. And a
Is that
sen sounds right because
Spouts.
spouts. I think it might be spews.
Mm.
Could that be?
Yeah, like spews, spouts. Totally.
Okay.
Okay.
On to 43 down, perhaps. Blank blank Y blank L W E.
That's odd.
The clue is I in quotations.
The one letter I.
Oh, that's
Capitalized.
royal we.
Ooh.
Oh, cute.
Ooh. Okay. 44 down. Blank blank E.
It appears twice in Fibonacci sequence.
That's
One.
a one.
Okay, there we
Yeah.
go.
True clue time for 42 across.
Yeah, let's do it. Blank R O.
What Rafael Nadal is.
No. Pro.
Well,
it could be
we
that.
already have the answer. The
Oh, we
word
already
pro
have a
is
pro.
already in the puzzle somewhere, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
47,
for 47 down. Okay, so
So 42 across could be word you might see at a nursery on a box, on a product or something.
Grow?
Yeah. Grow.
Oh, like a plant nursery. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Miracle Grow.
Yeah.
Dwelling with a kitchenette, but no private bathroom.
I don't know that.
It's an SRO.
SRO.
A single
Standing
yeah.
room only.
How about how fraternity members refer to each other?
Bro.
Okay, it could be that, or it could be Spanish for gold. But the true clue is sign of a hit. Sign of a hit. Grow. Bro.
That's hard.
Could the one be wrong?
Could be. Look at 49 across. Blank P, blank O, N.
It could be. Oh, sorry, we're not playing the true clue.
That clue is Long Island, home of Brookhaven National Laboratory.
I
don't know. The word apron looks like it fits in there, but I don't think that's the answer. Or spoon. Yeah, yep. Apron or spoon, probably not.
Kitchen related.
What about 57 across? The true clue game is available for us there. T blank A.
Airport org.
TSA.
Oh, yeah.
Airline of yore.
TWA. Should we stick with airline stuff? A drink that a stewardess might bring your way.
A drink that a stewardess might bring your way.
Or a flight attendant, excuse me.
In the 60s. Tia Maria. Tia?
Tea.
Tea. Oh, yeah, like a nice tea.
Ah.
Okay, it could be that. True clue, though, is screening group.
TSA, well done.
Yeah, Drew Carey's so lucky this week. I don't know what I'll do with all my points. Okay,
he
so
he just lost a boss, though, so maybe he is lucky. Yeah.
Who's his boss?
Mike Richards, the
CBS.
former executive producer of Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy.
Oh.
Anyway, we don't have to talk about that.
Okay, yeah. Okay, fair enough. Harold Gleason, maybe, or
Let's look at 36 down. Blank, 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 blank. Why?
He can help you after a crash. Attorney.
Yeah.
He can help you after a crash.
Yeah, but is it a car crash or a market crash or a...
Yeah. And
okay, should
he?
we move along to 39 down or 41 across?
Yeah. We saw this, I think, for 39 down, blank, blank, N, low point, abbreviated. Not zine, like zenith. That's the high point.
Of course, yeah, and that's a strange word to abbreviate.
Indeed. 41 across, V blank, blank, blank.
Actor Rames.
Ving.
That's Ving. Ving, ving, ving.
Nice. So low point. Din, bin.
Min. How about min? Like a minimum.
Minimum.
Oh, minimum. Yeah, low point. Okay. Oh, let's go back to now our spot for a dinner plate. We've got table mat.
Table mat.
Oh,
Stable
yeah.
mate.
Stable mate.
Cute.
Okay.
Okay.
Here's the thing. Sign of a hit. Part of me wonders if it's like a sign that someone was hit.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
a
right.
TKO. But royal we it wouldn't work with that, and so
Sign of a hit. Royal we is pretty. I think that's demonstrated by other clues pretty strongly. Let's keep coming back to it because this is now looking weird here. Stablemate and Ving.
Stablemate is like a horse. Horses that hang out together. Is that like a stablemate?
36 down. He can help you after a crash. It's going to be something guy.
It guy.
IT guy.
Oh yeah, your computer crashes.
Crash. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So is it Upton? Long Island
sure.
home of Brookhaven something or other. Upton.
Sign of a hit. Standing room only.
Oh, that's good. SRO.
SRO.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't right, but like, I didn't expect it to be SRO, so that's funny.
You do get a point for the S'ing.
Whoop whoop.
Okay, 28 down. Do we already see this? Blank A, blank A-N.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, we all swooned. We haven't even read it out yet. The clue is astronomer Carl.
Oh, look at that.
What? You have a votive candle for
You
Carl's?
Bet your ass I do.
I think if
I stole it.
Because I
At a-
provided that
yeah.
at a White Elephant party.
Ooh,
I made sure to steal it. I wanted this.
that's worthy of stealing.
Carl Sagan and his little blue dot.
Well worthy. 35 across. GI, blank, blank, blank. We've got all but the top right corner now. And
Yeah, we're getting
40
there.
minutes. We're doing well.
Yeah.
GI, blank, blank.
That clue is generates dubiously with up.
Gins up. I didn't know it was dubious.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm,
Gins
I
up.
guess so.
Gin
Well, let's
up a bit.
look that up. Let's look up gin up.
Oh, let's look it up.
Okay, 11 down. We got let's do 27 across.
Okay. PROS blank 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 blank,
But
and the
ignore
ends
the
have
P.
circles. Yeah. So it's endless.
The clue?
Style of diamond with a flat base.
Rosette.
Rose cut.
Cut.
Rose cut. Nice. So then
So-
pros cute.
Prosecute?
No.
Prosecute.
Oh, prosecute. Yeah.
Cute prose. That's a real prose cute.
It's like a meet cute in a movie.
Yeah. But in a book.
What about 11 down? Did we see that already? Blank 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 C blank NE.
Something that nearly 1 million Americans practice regularly.
Practice. 1 million. That's not that many.
Well, I mean, it's not that many.
A million people live in the county that I live in.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, what do they do though regularly? Okay, well let's come back to it. How about 12 down? Blank 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 U blank S.
Union agreements?
I do's,
Yeah.
but doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Not long enough. And yeah.
But it's
What-
because of the question mark, we're definitely looking for not
Like
the
a
typical-
wedding union.
Yeah, wedding or something.
I think it's like dues, like paying dues.
Oh
Like, you
yeah,
know, union-
yeah. Member dues or something.
Yeah,
like
but
that,
that still is a little weird. Agreements? I
Yeah.
don't know. It might not be right. What about,
31.
yeah, where else? 10
Maybe
down?
you'll know
14
this
down?
one, David.
What? Which one? Oh, what? 31 across.
Oh, you know what? Okay, Tesla had one in 2010 for short. Wouldn't it be an IPO?
That's an IPO. Ding, ding, ding.
Maybe.
An initial public offering.
Indeed. And so something DUPS? No, not DUPS. Blank, blank,
Yeah.
blank, blank.
Prenups.
Prenups, union
Prenups.
agreements.
How
Great.
fun is that?
Yeah. Prenups are the best. So 13 down, blank, 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 TO.
That clue is not beat.
Lose 2.
Ooh, tough.
How
Should we do
about,
9? Oh,
yeah,
oh,
9
9
across.
across. Blank, blank, blank. PL blank.
That clue is taste.
Sample.
Sample. Nice. 17 across, blank, blank, blank. RO blank.
Titania's spouse in Shakespeare.
Isn't it like something Ron
Is it
in
Oberon?
Yeah. Sounds right.
True clue game for 9 down?
12th night, or what is that? Oberon and Titania.
I don't know. I know that Oberon uses an aphrodisiac on Titania.
Oh yeah,
SO blank is a true clue game opportunity for 9 down.
yeah. How about it could be drunkard?
Sot.
Sot.
Wetten.
Sob.
I was thinking sop.
Okay.
Sop. I don't know how to clue this one. Sorry. I have one. I have a clue, and I just don't know how to clue. Like, I have a answer, but I don't know how to clue it.
Okay, then the true clue is scatter.
Sow your seeds. You know,
like
sow
your
your
seeds, yeah.
oats. Sow your wild oats. Scatter sunshine.
Yeah.
So sun. Yeah.
Yeah. So 10 down. A, B, blank, blank, E.
Bear.
Bear. A
Bear like the animal. BEAR.
Yeah, bear
Or?
like the animal, or bear like a burden.
Bear like a burden. Like a Which should we look at 20 across?
Maybe Oberon's wrong.
Let's look at maybe.
20 across. W blank blank ES blank.
That clue is like H among H, I, and J.
I don't get it.
Something est. Could it?
Something est. Okay, should we look at 14 down?
Yeah, EN blank blank E. Maybe a ENT blank E. French lead in to chat.
Is it entree?
Sure, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't know either.
24 across.
Entree
blank, blank.
is like between.
Yeah. Blank blank NER for 24 across.
Scene 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 in Edward Hopper's Nighthawks.
That's
that. Know?
That's that diner in that painting, Nighthawks. You know.
Oh.
I don't know it. I'll have to see it. Okay,
I'll have to look it up.
Bear, abide.
Oh, I cannot abide. The dude abides.
I do not abide.
Something nearly 1 million Americans practice regularly. Medicine.
And H is the widest out of those letters. That's
true.
Oh, that's funny. That is accurate.
That's for typeface enthusiasts to
Yeah.
solve. We did it.
Good job.
Look at us. Oh, wow. And now the sun is out outside my window.
Oh, thunder to sun. And it's
Rain, thunder, lightning, and now sun. I bet there's a rainbow out there somewhere.
There's always a rainbow out there somewhere. Well, that was great, guys. That was fun. Endlessly.
really good
Without
work.
ends.
Endlessly fun, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cute little, a theme of taking the ends off things.
Yeah, good
We have
theme.
Few words in there that
Yeah, we've got fob.
Yeah, fob. Yeah, let's go straight to the old
Fob and yeoman.
Yeah, yeoman.
Let's go to our once and future sponsor, Edom Online. Please sponsor us, Edom Online.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna look up fob.
I was using the website today and it wasn't working well for me. So okay, it's working for you. There.
Oh, good. 1650s men's small waist pockets for valuables of uncertain origin, probably related to Low German Fobke pocket, High German Fuppe pocket, a dialectical word used in Livonia, meaning chain or ornament attached to a watch carried in the fob.
Huh.
By 1888, shortened from fob chain.
So it's all about the pocket.
Yeah. Oh, and here's a verb meaning, which I didn't even know that this was a meaning of fob, but to cheat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, relating to pocket, so like to pocket something or to hide something in your pocket. Or
to jeer, make a fool of. See, fop. Or it's perhaps related to foppen, to jeer at, to make a fool of. So fop could have become fob that way.
or from German Fuppen to pocket
Pocket
stealthily,
stealthily.
which could connect it to fob.
Indeed. Fob. Fun. Okay, what else?
How about that yeoman?
Oh,
Yeah.
yo, man.
Oh, I thought it was plural, but this is because of course you're going to look it up singularly, right?
Yeah. So 1300, attendant in a noble household of unknown origin, perhaps a contraction of Old English junge,
Oh, young.
Oh,
jungeman, a young man, or from an unrecorded Old English geaman, equivalent of Old Frisian gaman, villager from Old English gea, district, region, village, cognate with Old Frisian ga, gay. German Gau, Gothic, Gaui, from Proto-Germanic Gaujan. Okay, so it's a sense of...
I think you should Google it so we can see a photo of a yeoman.
Okay, yeah. Yeoman.
Because yeoman is also another term. Yeah, it's like a common like
So it's the guys with these kind of hats, not the big, tall, fuzzy hats, but the hats that are almost like top hats with some sort of a band around them, whether that be like flowers or like just
So it's less of it's a very ornamental guard.
Mm-hmm.
If
Or
you had
it's
shown
a
me these
position
men, I
of
would
the
have said
guard.
beefeater. If you had shown me a picture, I would
Really?
have said that's a beefeater. Yeah, and even up there
yeah.
it says beefeater.
Okay, well, let's...
So
Beefeater yeoman. Voila.
Weird.
Well,
Okay, so they're related to each other.
let's
Yeah.
maybe try the old wiki here. Yeoman. And then let's try searching on the page. Beef eater. And it doesn't show up on the page. Beef eater. So then let's look up a beef eater. See how they define that. Because a yeoman is...
Ooh, I want to read this.
It's
Okay,
a
go
big
I
Wikipedia
know.
article. Yeah.
I'll save it for the long weekend.
Oh, okay, fair enough. You read into you nerd out on that. So let's look up beef eater. Yeoman warders. Interesting. Okay, so this is a different entry.
Okay, so not all, maybe it's one of these things.
Not all
Not
beef eaters
all-
are yeoman
No,
warders.
not all yeomen are beef eaters, but all beef eaters are yeomen.
That makes sense.
Yo, man. The yeoman
Doesn't even-
warders of Her Majesty's Royal Palace and Fortress, the Tower of London, and members of the Sovereign Bodyguard of the Yeoman Guard Extraordinary.
It says yeoman twice in there.
Yeah.
It says yeoman and then yeoman
Yeah.
in that title of.
So yeoman warders, beefeater redirects here. For other uses, see beefeater disambiguation. Well, so I want to know, though, etymology.
So those are two different things. I just want to be clear about that. So the yeoman warders at the Tower of London, I think, are a different branch of
A
yeomen
specific yeoman.
than
yeah.
the members of the sovereign body's guard of the yeoman guard
Okay, yeah, there's
extraordinary.
an and in there.
So the yeoman warders and the yeoman guard extraordinary, I think, are two separate types of yeoman.
Oh.
Well, it is, but do notice that the font here, the bold font that is giving us this idea that this is a thing, doesn't stop with the and. The and is still bold
keeps
right
going.
there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not saying they're not two different things. All I'm saying is
I don't think that they're. What I want to say is
there
it's
is this
like,
thing over here that only says that first half of that. So you could, yeah. What are you saying?
I guess I am saying that the Her Majesty, right, has like these two sets of guards, but one is for the tower, which used to be where the king and royalty lived, and then the other is for Buckingham, I'm assuming, or wherever she goes and wherever she travels.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Well,
Or maybe I'm wrong. It just says our ceremonial guardians of the Tower of London. So maybe it's all the same, but they're just for the Tower of London. I don't know.
well, the Tower of London is in their title, so makes sense.
Yeah. Fortress,
Yeoman
the Tower
warders of Her
London.
Majesty's Royal Palace and Fortress, the Tower of London. Of Her Majesty's Royal Palace and Fortress. the Tower of London? Like it's one place, it's a palace and it's a fortress?
Palace and
It
Fortress,
is.
the
It
Tower
really
of
is.
London.
Palace and Fortress, the Tower of London. It's a tourist attraction.
I will say Amazon has like the most spectacular early 90s documentary about the Tower of London, and you learn a ton about the yeoman warders there. But it's really interesting how they built out it. Like it used to be a palace, and then it became like a fortress to guard against, whatever they had to guard against. But it was both things. It was all of it.
Yeah. So let's look at, I wanted the etymology of beefeater. Is of uncertain origin with various proposed derivations. Should I go to Edom on this, you think? Or are we happy with
I'm happy with it.
Wiki's fine. Okay. The term was common as early as the 17th century as a slang term for the English in general. The earliest connection of the royal household came as a reference to the yeoman of the guard by Cosimo III de' Medici, Grand Duke of Tuscany, who frequented the court in 1669. In referring to the yeoman of the guard, he stated, "A very large ration of beef is given to them daily at the court, and they might be called beef eaters." That's like a terrible tweet. The beef eater name was carried over to the yeoman warders due to the two corps' outward similarities and the yeoman warders' more public presence. Okay.
So he was talking about the yeoman of the guard, but then there are just the yeoman warders, and
Right.
it seems like here they're saying that those are two separate
They just kind of
things.
called it. So beefeater just came to be like a name that they just, beefeaters also commonly produced and consumed broths made of beef, which were described as rich and hearty. These broths were known at the time as beef or beefy.
Buffy.
Okay. While this is the most exciting, that's good enough. Good enough on the beefeaters. What else? Stablemate.
Like we could look up stablemate, I suppose.
Yeah, sure. That's let's see, what's a stablemate? Horse, especially a racehorse from the same establishment as another. Yeah. Pretty much what it sounds like. Although it doesn't sound like they actually have to share a stable. You could have lots of stables and they just come from the same establishment. Like a ranch, maybe. Come on, I mean, don't they ride horses in all the time in Yellowstone? Trained horses,
riding horses,
doing rodeo.
They like duct taped that one guy to a horse.
Yes. Okay, well, anything else to look up?
Let's see.
Oberon. Let's see what Oberon is from. Oberon and Titania. Midsummer Night's Dream. That's actually what I was thinking rather than 12th Night, but I said 12th Night. Right on. Yeah, there's a lot of that's problematic by today's standards.
What, the Midsummer Night's Dream?
Oh yeah, all the drugging of people and
without their knowledge or something like.
Yeah, consent.
Oh sure,
bro.
But also it's forward thinking in some ways as well.
In some ways, right? To be sure. All right, well, I think that's it, and it's time for our.
That's the art section bell.
Art section bell. Okay, who's gonna go first? Me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go first. Give you guys a little more time to just solidify your thoughts on yours.
Oh, thank you, Danielle.
Yeah.
I know what I'm going to talk about, but I feel like I want to go last because there might be some spoilers that I want to talk about.
This is fine.
So,
yeah.
These are the last things we all talked about.
Okay. So,
Cute.
yeah, isn't that fun? The thing that I'm going to talk about, I just decided in my head to do a different one.
Oh.
I was going to do,
my.
and I'm going to tease, I'm going to tell you what I was going to do that
What
I thought
was
you
it?
guys would like. Marvelous Miss Maisel.
Oh, I don't have any strong feelings about that.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it so much.
I love it a lot too. But I decided that I'm actually going to do
Lower Decks.
Lower Decks.
I recently watched this too, and you doing it makes it so I don't have to do it later because I think it's a great, fun show.
So Lindsay, have you watched this show at all?
I have not. In fact, I just heard about it for the first time ever today.
What?
Wait, from us or earlier?
Earlier.
No, yeah,
Someone
from you
talked to me
2
about it
minutes ago,
earlier.
30 seconds ago. That's fantastic. Who is I was talking to somebody else about this. I've just been bragging up this show left and right. It didn't grab me right away, but it's slowly built, and it's in the second season now. That's coming on now, and I feel like it's getting better. It's like building up. Like the characters are really getting fleshed out, you know. So concept quickly is they're, you know, as described here on IMDb, the support crew serving on one of Starfleet's least important ships, the USS Cerritos, have to keep up with their duties, often while the ship is being rocked by a multitude of sci-fi anomalies. So it's created by this guy, Mike McMahon, who has written many episodes of Rick and Morty, and it's got
it's irreverent.
It's irreverent. It's the crassest of the Star Treks. This is in the Star Trek universe, to be clear. Like, this is official.
It's canon.
Roddenberry stamp of approval on this deal. But I think just it's speaking of Paramount right there. It's but they bleep, at least how I'm encountering it. Where am I watching it? I'm watching it on through like Prime. I think my wife maybe has Paramount through Prime or something. So we watch it in our Prime, and they bleep when they say the F word. They don't bleep all the other swear words, but that's obviously like a really clear choice. They could be saying the F word if they want to. So it's like they're choosing to have this immature quality, you know, like baked in, you know, to the story.
And
great
Lower
voices.
Decks, it's named after an episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation called the Lower Decks. The episode was and it
was all about the Riker wannabe. I guess he wasn't like a wannabe, but he was like looking up to Riker, wasn't it? That guy. He was an ensign.
I don't remember that episode very well, but it was just about kind of the under the crew, the kind of lower decks and the.
Let's see if maybe there's a episode of Star Trek Next Generation listed here. Pilot Star Trek.
Yeah, I don't know. It might not be.
Here it is.
Oh, nice work.
Top one.
Yeah, it's about like the young.
This guy here. This is who I was picturing. He was the he's the like the Riker, not Riker guy. Oh, apparently they don't want to show me the full cast. Well, anywho, Lower Decks, the animated series. I just can't say enough. It's great. They are so. They're the biggest. They're the biggest nerds. These characters themselves are Star Trek nerds.
Yeah.
In particular, this guy done by Jack Quaid, who I didn't know, it's offspring of the beautiful Meg Ryan and Dennis Quaid.
Yeah, he's in The Boys.
Yeah, he's in The Boys, and he's hilarious in this. He's like he's like the ensign who just like wants to make rank and like be awesome, but
he's like a goody two shoes kind of.
Yeah.
He wants to get all the work done.
Yeah, and here Ensign Beckett Mariner. You like that, David?
Yeah.
She is awesome, and she's the rebel. Her mom is the captain of the ship, but nobody.
Spoiler alert!
Spoiler alert! Well, they do reference that, I think, early on in the series, but then people in the series don't find it out for a while. The characters, and
lots of fun voices throughout the whole show, plus some returning voices from the Next Generation and voices you'll recognize from.
Indeed, yeah, lots of cameos going on.
Another thing I like about the voices is that the cast has done a few promotional stints on Comedy Bang Bang. So if you're a Comedy Bang Bang listener, you've probably already heard Dennis Quaid and Tawny Newsome go on there, and
that is how I heard about the show.
Ah,
was listening to that episode.
Yeah.
So, actually, well, that's how I I'd heard about it, but it was just sort of this like thing floating in the back of my mind. I'm like, oh yeah, I think there's a Star Trek animated series. Okay, that's all I know. And then when they talked about it, I was like, oh, that's what this is. And then I went and watched it and have loved it. Yeah.
That's great.
Well, that's mine. Star Trek Lower Decks.
Nice.
Here's his commemorative plate of Tom Paris from Star Trek Voyager.
There's other little inside jokes. There's one where he says, they say at some point that it really was a long time getting from there to here, and that's a lyric from the beginning of the Enterprise theme song. And so it's like it really does reward the Star Trek fan.
And their opening credits kind of really, when you watch it, watch the opening credits, because the credits they set the tone, like they are drifting through space beautifully, and then suddenly they're like, like past like a sun or like a black hole or something like that, and then they like start drifting backwards towards it like accidentally, and then they have to zip away, and then they're like at a Borg fight with big Q Borg ships, and then they're like there for a second, and then they're like nope, and they turn around and fly away while everyone else keeps fighting. So it's great stuff. Hi, who's next?
David.
Lindsey.
David.
I can go. Okay. Ready?
Ready.
So most of us are familiar with Sherlock Holmes. We've watched the different shows, the movies. There's Sherlock with Benedict Cumberbatch. There's Sherlock Holmes with Robert Downey Jr.
Elementary
with
Lucy Liu and Johnny
Lee Miller.
Yeah.
And there's Dr. House, which is inspired by Sherlock Holmes. And I'm thinking of
there's the Will Ferrell and
yeah, okay. There's that one too.
John C. Reilly. It's funny. Actually.
Oh, I had never watched that one, but anyway, I went back and I thought, I'm interested in the original source material, so I got the audiobooks, and they're all read by Stephen Fry.
What a delight.
He's a fan of Sherlock Holmes and has been since he was a youngster, and so he reads them with a little introduction written by him for kind of each section. And I didn't know that much about the original material, but there are novels that were novels, and then there were kind of some serial issued stories that were kind of placed in a serial periodical. And so they kind of come out in different formats, written by Arthur Conan Doyle, and they're all so well written. The writing is excellent writing, and the vocabulary is fun, and it's fun to, we're all familiar with mystery storytelling these days, and how they have to kind of, we've all seen these shows where you can already tell who the bad guy is by the way that they kind of structure the story. But I think Arthur Conan Doyle does a really great job, and maybe was one of the earliest people doing this kind of thing, and really almost invented the format. But the first book, if you're reading this or listening to the audiobook or reading his from the beginning, you come across the first book ever that contains Sherlock Holmes, and it's called A Study in Scarlet. And local residents of this state will be interested to learn that the drama that unfolds all comes from the Wasatch Front, and you're hearing about the early saints that have populated the desert in Utah, and all the drama kind of comes from the world of Mormonism.
That's how have I never heard about that the first Sherlock Holmes story involves Mormonism. That's
and
crazy.
Arthur Conan Doyle really does his homework. He's later on there's drama that comes from India, and he seems to know what he's talking about there. But something. I'll just read a short passage because I think it's just interesting to kind of understand at least how Arthur Conan Doyle is characterizing the community, the Mormon community in those days. Mm-hmm. There's drama that involves a man and his daughter, and Brigham Young wants the daughter to marry one of, a man that already has a few wives, and so this man, to him, I'll begin reading. Such a marriage he regarded as no marriage at all, but as a shame and a disgrace. Whatever he might think of the Mormon doctrines, upon that one point he was inflexible. He had to seal his mouth on the subject, however, for to express an unorthodox opinion was a dangerous matter in those days in the land of the saints. Yes, a dangerous matter, so dangerous that even the most saintly dared only whisper their religious opinions with bated breath, lest something which fell from their lips might be misconstrued and bring down a swift retribution upon them. The victims of persecution had now turned persecutors on their own account, and persecutors of the most terrible description. Not the Inquisition of Seville, nor the German Vehmgericht, nor the secret societies of Italy were ever able to put a more formidable machinery in motion than that which cast a cloud over the state of Utah. Its invisibility and the mystery which was attached to it made this organization doubly terrible. It appeared to be omniscient and omnipotent, and yet was neither seen nor heard. The man who held out against the church vanished away, and none knew whither he had gone or what had befallen him. His wife and his children awaited him at home, but no father ever returned to tell them how he had fared at the hands of his secret judges. A rash word or a hasty act was followed by annihilation, and yet none knew what the nature might be of this terrible power which was suspended over them. No wonder that men went about in fear and trembling, and that even in the heart of the wilderness they dared not whisper the doubts which oppressed them. At first, this vague and terrible power was exercised only upon the recalcitrants who, having embraced the Mormon faith, wished afterwards to pervert or to abandon it. Soon, however, it took a wider range. The supply of adult women was running short, and polygamy without a female population on which to draw was a barren doctrine indeed. Strange rumors began to be bandied about, rumors of murdered immigrants and rifled camps in regions where Indians had never been seen. Fresh women appeared in the harems of the elders, women who pined and wept and bore upon their faces the traces of unextinguishable horror. Belated wanderers upon the mountains spoke of gangs of armed men, masked stealthily and noiseless, who flitted by them in the darkness. These tales and rumors took substance and shape and were corroborated and re-corroborated until they resolved themselves into a definite name. To this day, in the lonely ranches of the West, the name of the Danite Band or the Avenging Angels is a sinister and an ill-omened one. Anyway, it goes on and on. One more quick paragraph. Okay. Fuller knowledge of the organization which produced such terrible results served to increase rather than to lessen the horror which it inspired in the minds of men. None knew who belonged to this ruthless society. The names of the participators in the deeds of blood and violence done under the name of religion were kept profoundly secret. The very friend to whom you communicated your misgivings as to the prophet and his mission might be one of those who would come forth at night with fire and sword to exact a terrible reparation. Hence every man feared his neighbor, and none spoke of the things which were nearest his heart. It's just interesting to hear Arthur Conan Doyle describe in such detail, kind of very carefully describe what still exists in some places where you hear that, maybe less violence is taking place than was taking place in the early days of Mormonism. But you hear about people and their excommunication panels and the things they're worried about them saying on Facebook, or did I say something? Did I say what I was really thinking? Oh no, I have to be careful. It's just anyway, it's just the beginning. But I recommend all Sherlock Holmes source material by Arthur Conan Doyle, and if you're interested in an audiobook, hearing it from the great Stephen Fry is just a special experience. It's really great.
That's fantastic. I definitely, I have gone to when I got my very first iPad, I remember like iBooks or whatever had just like a ton of free books that you could download. And I remember that the Stories of Sherlock Holmes, the works of Arthur Conan Doyle were among them. And I remember picking them up and reading them, but I do not remember reading that particular story. So that's clever. That's great. We have a bunch of people finally checking in on the chat here.
Oh, hello everybody.
Yeah. We got our Broken Fixie, Team Crazy Matt, Liari77.
Schmelligator.
Yeah. Well, sorry you guys missed the crossword puzzle. You can go back and watch it later if you like it that much. But we're on to our art section. I reviewed Lower Decks, and David just reviewed Stephen Fry's audio readings of the works of Arthur Conan Doyle.
And then he did his own audio reading.
Then he did his own, which...
thank you for indulging me.
David, if you just want to read them out loud and send them to me, that'd be great.
Perfect.
Yeah. All right. Well, Lindsay, you want to close this out here with an art piece?
Yes. I would like to talk specifically about the second most recent Ted Lasso episode.
Okay, go on.
And I think it's called Rainbow. Right?
The Christmas one?
No.
Oh.
The one after it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
So
we just watched the latest one last night, but I guess I'm mixing up.
Not Headspace, the one before it.
Okay. The Signal. Rainbow.
Oh, Rainbow.
Yeah, Headspace is the one coming tomorrow.
Yes,
it's going to be interesting. I got to say, I've always been a big fan of Ted Lasso in general because it's a show that kind of like fills your heart in different ways.
Yeah.
But so much more so for me starting at this episode 5, rolling honestly into episode 6. And then I'm very excited to see episode 7. But I guess what I want to say about this specific episode, Rainbow, is if you are at all like me and have in the past enjoyed like rom-coms. We've all watched rom-coms, right? And there are some really, like the Nora Ephron ones are just fantastic. Rainbow is Ted Lasso's play on, like, it's a rom-com
format
in the episode where they're also talking about rom-coms, but it's so funny because they have little like throwbacks to certain rom-coms, but it also fills your heart up so much because there is so much good going on in what is actually their own romantic comedy. I feel like I can't say enough good things about this show, but this episode is like, it was one of the best episodes I've ever seen, I feel like. And it was so good. I watched it like twice in a row. I was like, we have to watch that again. And other people might not feel that way, which is fine, to each their own. But it just was it like warmed the cockles of my cold heart. And it was an episode where if you need that, watch that episode and it's really going to it'll really do something for you. And I'll also say the episode after it though, I read someone's review of it and it said, episode 5, Rainbow, was my favorite Ted Lasso episode ever. And then episode 6 made me so sad. And it was like a TV reviewer who tweeted that out. But I also loved episode 6 because there's this, I think the contrast between the rom-com of episode 5 and having to deal with real life shit in episode 6, just those two things back to back together were so meaningful to me to see. And so if you haven't watched Ted Lasso at all yet, do it. I've seen Schmelligator has not seen the show. Take it for a spin if you can. It feels at first, the first episode, you're going to feel a little weird. It feels a little corny. You're kind of like, oh my God, is this guy for real? Is Ted Lasso
Is
like
this
really
an
this
episode
positive?
of SNL or something?
It will pull you in.
Sketch.
It will pull you in.
Yeah.
But these last couple of episodes, what they're doing with the show is just, I find it to be phenomenal, and I've really enjoyed it. And I hope I didn't spoil it too much for anyone. But I hope that we can come back and talk about it together once you guys watch them, because these most two recent episodes were just so good.
Yeah.
This is a great tee up for a future return and report.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. Well, and this is kind of a return and report because we did, not a return, but we did recover this
We
before.
did talk about Ted Lasso before.
But
hard
now,
not to.
But you can always use your art section to expound into a show, just like, go deep on a show. That's fine.
Thank you. So
Well, did we talk about season 1, Ted Lasso? Is that when we talked about it?
Yeah, I don't think season 2 was out yet when we talked about it before. I think that was many months ago.
Something that I still have to finish season 2 or catch up. I'm behind, but season 1, I feel like I should mention to people who have seen it or haven't yet. But there's a very clever reference to an interview that Allen Iverson gave at a press conference in like 15 years ago. He was being criticized for what he was missing some practices, and he gave this tirade about the criticism he was receiving, and then the episode of Ted Lasso quotes the tirade almost word for word, and it goes on and on and on and on.
Who does the tirade is it a
Ted himself does the tirade.
Oh, okay.
He says, you'll probably even remember it. He's like, we're talking about practice. We're talking about practice. And he repeats that phrase over and over again. And it's an effective scene, even if you don't know about the source material. But it's just this amazing inspiration that if you happen to know that Allen Iverson gave this rant, this tirade on his press conference, I think it's a helpful bit because it shows you some of the kind of wild inspiration that goes in and creativity that goes into making the show. I'm excited to catch up to what you're describing, Lindsey.
2 very good episodes. In fact, I want to go back and I want to watch episode 5 and then episode 6 before watching the next episode tomorrow. Like I want to watch all 3 of them in a row because I feel like, again, not even the contrast, but like what is the natural ebb and flow of life, right? Like how many of us go through, a day that we could consider, like as uplifting as a rom-com, and then the next day just kind of having like some things in your life, essentially like fall apart. It just feels it's a fantastical show in general, but I feel like I related so much to these last 2 episodes just as a human being, and that was very enjoyable for me as well.
I'm really excited for where they're taking it as shit got real in the last episode because it's leading towards a sort of, they're starting the path towards fixing one of Ted's longstanding problems of the season and of his life,
Yeah.
But, between him and the therapist, starting to really overcome some blocks.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Great stuff. Ted Lasso. You heard it here. Maybe not first, but you heard it here. And Star Trek Lower Decks and Stephen Fry doing some
Fry Guy stuff.
Some Sherlock Holmes. Well, guys, this has been fun. For those of you who made it at the end, thanks a lot. You can listen to the podcast on iTunes. Is that still a thing? Apple Podcasts and Spotify and Stitcher, wherever you get your pods. You can subscribe to us on the YouTubes.
You can follow us on Twitter. You can email crosspodwordcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, tell us what you had for dinner.
Yeah.
And any other housekeeping, we're going to be off for a week and then back on. That's going to be our new cadence, first and third Thursdays of the month. And we'll let you guys know with a little heads up in our social media. You can follow our Instagram. We usually, I put out a story a couple, like an hour before. So, hey, it's coming up. Very clever stories, I might add. So anyway, Lindsey, we're still working towards a sign off.
Yeah, I'm still working on that. We're making progress, but
okay,
it's not there yet.
Okay, fair enough. And David, what did you want people to do?
That's all I brought. I didn't prepare anything else.
Okay, because you gave up on your, you didn't like your. I've never asked you to do anything.
Yeah, I ask people to do things all the time, so that wasn't really honest. Yeah.
I ask people to do things all the time. That was not bad. Okay, then that's a pretty good place to stop recording.
Great sign off.